What's up, everybody? Hollywood Will back with another live stream. Today is Thursday. I know we're one day late, but I got some treats for you. So yesterday wasn't a whole lot going on. Today we have some good deals going on for some summertime chairs and some other things. So I want to get right into that and get started with that. So if this is your first time, welcome. If you guys are watching on Amazon for the first time from a mobile device, when you click on a product, you're going to deviate away from the stream. Don't worry about it. Just click back when you're done. We'll still be here. If you're watching from a laptop or a desktop, what's going to happen is when you click on a tab or when you click on a product, you're going to open up in a new tab, same browser. You'll be able to hear me and then just click out when you are done. Excuse me. If you're watching from social media, my apologies. I'm not going to be able to see your comments. This is an Amazon thing, it's not a Hollywood Will thing. So, my apologies. Let's get right into this. So, the first product is the Kajaro. This used to be one of my favorite. Well, it's still one of my favorites, but it used to be my absolute favorite tailgate chair. And I'll tell you why. Like I have some other favorite ones a little bit later, but this one was my favorite at the time. So I've had this for years. And it was honestly because it had the two cup holders. It supports a bigger guy. I'm a bigger guy. It supports up to 300 pounds, so that's always good. You got the two cup holders, and you have the zip pouch, so you can kind of keep your keys. You keep your wallet or your phone if you wanted to. My phone doesn't leave my side, but you get what I'm saying. And it was just very easy. Now I'm not much of a camper, but I do use this a lot, or I did use it a lot for the Eagles tailgate. So this is why it was one of my favorites because it had the locking mechanism. So I never had to worry about it like folding or collapsing on me. You know how you get some of those chairs where they say they lock into place, but there's no locking mechanism, and then when you sit down, it kind of like folds in a little bit. So this avoids it, and it was super easy to, as you can see, it was super easy to take apart, break down, and put back in the bag. Blue is my favorite color. There are other color options available. There is purple, red. There is like a brown color and a black color. So, for those reasons, that's why it was one of my favorites. But super convenient and super inexpensive, so it is highly recommended. And that locking mechanism was clutch. I've used it for many, many, many tailgates over the years. Thank you for that YouTube follow. I appreciate it. I did forget to mention I can see the YouTube comments. I can't see the other social media, so my apologies for that. All right. Uh, let's see here. Let's see what we got. We got about a dozen things to show you guys today. So 45 minutes, maybe an hour. We'll see, depending on the questions. All right. The next product is more of a beach chair. This is not going to be much of a camping chair. I know I have a lot of camping fans out there. So this is your GCI Captain's sunshade chair. Let's bring that up. So the ones that have the bags with the carry-on strap, clutch, because then it frees up a hand. You know what I mean? Especially if you're carrying multiple things, kind of just throw that on your shoulder, and then that frees up some hands where you can carry other stuff. Now the thing here that I do like is that it did have the sun visor, so I do like that. This one was a little bit harder to get out the bag because it was so snug in the bag, and I know it was very easy there, but just letting you guys know with the sun visor, the more and more that I used it, it just got a little bit like difficult to get out of the bag. Doesn't mean I don't like the chair, and again, blue's my favorite color. This also holds 300 pounds. The sun visor again was awesome. I sat at the beach, LBI. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. It's in New Jersey. Sat at the beach, enjoyed myself with my family. It only had one cup holder. That's fine. You know, you don't really need more than one. Let me see what else. You do have different colors here that I wasn't aware of. So you have your blush, you have cinnamon, you have gray, you have floral, you have heathered. Never even heard of that color. You have Loden green. These colors I've never even heard of. Neptune blue and midnight. There's also different styles as well. If you want the chair that's lower to the ground, that is also available. Or if you want it like Captain style, where it sits up a little bit like the one you just saw, you can go ahead and grab that as well. So the dimensions here are 25 by 2, 27 by 6 by 36 by point 0.2. So just to give you guys an idea if you needed to know the exact dimensions. All right. All right. Before I go to the next product, my schedule. I will be back with 30 products this weekend on Sunday morning. And I was going to do tomorrow, but I think it's going to be Sunday morning instead. So the regular Sunday Fun Day, 10:30 a.m., and we'll have about 30 products to show you. So that'll be about a 90-minute or so live stream. All right, next product is the giant bean bag. So this one here, I know it's not outdoor, and we're just going to go over this quickly. I know it's not outdoor, but this is something where I would sit in, especially in the summertime. I blast my AC. I don't care what my heating bill is going to be. I will sit in that bad boy. I'll read. I'll, you know, mess around on the laptop, or I'll just outright take a nap on it. It can fit, several people on there, even with my big behind on there. Again, I'm like 270, and I was 300 pounds, so I'm down like 30 pounds, which is good. I got a lot more to lose. But anyway, you can fit, you, your significant other, spouse, your kids, your pets, whatever, if you want on there. Let me give you guys. So this is a giant 7-foot beanbag chair. Now, it's not heavy at all, and it does come in a very big box already stuffed. So there's nothing that you have to do except take it out of the box. You have black, brown, dark gray, light blue, light green, navy blue, purple, and red. You can get your 3-foot, 4-foot, 5-foot, 6-foot, or 7-foot available. The one that you see here is a 7-foot, so that is the biggest one. It is, they say it's washable. What I did was I took it and got it cleaned. So, but they say it's washable. Because I know that is very important. You can't just sit there on, a dirty beanbag the whole entire time. All right. So we are going to hop on over to the Portal Beach Chair, which is my favorite chair currently. So this one holds up to 400 pounds. And I like it because it's way more sturdy. It was easier to get out of the bag. I do like the color, and it was a little bit more adjustable. Like it wasn't like upright sitting. So I had a little bit more give where I can kind of just like lean back and just chill at the beach. FYI, this is at the LBI Beach House as well. Let's see here. So this one here, you only had the one cup holder, but again, you had like the side zip pouch. You also had a back pouch, which I wasn't too much of a fan of the back pouch because what if I take a nap and somebody just kind of, I hate to think the worst of people, but I don't want to be sleeping and have somebody. I guess somebody could do it on the side as well, but at least I can kind of see it if it happens. I just wasn't a fan of having the pouch in the back. I like it on the side where I can actually see like what's going on. So that was big for me. 3 colors available: black, blue, and green. And then you can get the lumbar supported back, or you can get the mesh back. Mesh back, a little bit more breathable, so that's why I went with that one. All right. So these next two are in the same video. I just recently started using these. They're on the newer side. So this one is the 2-in-1 cutting board by Cover and Board. So it's a cutting board and a charcuterie board. Is it charcuterie or charcuterie? I never knew. But anyway, I love this thing. Now, I haven't been able to travel with it just yet, but I used it quite a bit for the cutting board to make other videos, to meal prep my food. I do a lot of meal prep, so I was cutting like my fish, my steaks, chicken, and vegetables. So, but you have your locking mechanism there, so you can cut your food, and you can put like your peppers, your meats, your cheeses, or whatever, and then cover it up and travel and be the life of the party. So, 2 for 1, that's pretty good deal. See through, so you can kind of see what's going on there, and then just travel with it. You're good to go. You can do there are two types of bamboo, it looks like, as well. So I just wanted to let you know there. Now, the next one is the Cutlux 8-inch kitchen chef knife. Super, super, super sharp. I love this thing. I've had it for about 4 or 5 months now, but I only just recently started using it. It's been sitting in the box forever. So I do like that. It does come, you can get like the whole set if you wanted to, but this was one of the sharpest chef knives that I actually have ever used. And for those of you guys that know me, which a lot of you guys do, you guys know that I like to cook. I make a lot of videos of me cooking my keto and such, but even though the plating doesn't look good, I still cook a lot, and I use, a lot of knives and such, and this by far is my favorite knife. So if you guys are in the market, definitely check those 2 items out. All right. So, one announcement. Speaking of cooking, I'm going back to doing some of the live streams live in the kitchen, like I started doing over last summer. If you guys were, watching, I did have quite a few where I would just kind of cook in the summer. So, the kitchen is being redone at the moment. Once that is finished, you guys are going to be seeing me going completely ham and just cooking it up, chefing and dicing it up, well, trying at least. So keep on the lookout for that. All right. Next product is the Outcore Folding Camping Cot. This is as close as camping as I am going to get. This is in my yard. That's it. My yard has woods. So I filmed it right there. I am not going into the woods and camping overnight or anything. But at the risk of getting stung by fire ants and bees and wasps, I wanted to go ahead and take this out and set it up for you guys so you guys can see the benefits of this bad boy. So it was pretty comfortable. Here's the one thing that I didn't like. I don't know if it was just mine, but it came tied. I thought there would be like a Velcro wrapped around, but it wasn't. It just came tied. So for those of you guys, anyone in the chats, or if somebody wants to email me on social media and let me know if whoever else has this, if it came tied like that, or if there's a Velcro, I just want to make sure it wasn't just me. So anyway, getting back to this. This was super sturdy, super easy to set up. Basically just like those chairs where you just pull it out, unfold it completely, and it was ready to go. It did have a headrest. The headrest, it's wasn't like a real pillow or anything, so I wouldn't get too excited over the headrest. It wasn't like a lump of coal or anything, but it also wasn't very pillowy either. So you do have a couple of colors here to choose from: army green, gray, or my favorite, royal blue. And then it does hold, so the weight itself and the material is polyester, but the weight itself, it's only 13 pounds. As you guys can see there, it does hold 400 pounds, and it actually wasn't bad. It was pretty comfortable. Again, I didn't sleep in the woods with it, but I did lay down there for quite a bit. It was a nice day out, and decided to lay out in it, and it was extremely comfortable. So some of the fine print here. You do have your 1 year warranty. As you saw, it does come with the carry bag. It does have the side, just like the chairs do. So pretty much the same as the chairs, but the only thing, it didn't have the cup holder. You don't really need that if you're laying down. It did have your side pocket to keep like your valuables in if you wanted to. So, and again, very easy to set up, very easy to fold up and put back in the bag as well. All right, let's see here. All right, this is the fire pit by Phi Villa. Shout out to the Snyders for doing the video for me. So, a couple of things about the fire pit, because it is in season, right? You know, fall, sometimes even winter, but definitely fall, spring, and summer. Just sitting out in the fire pit. It is propane. The tank obviously is not going to come with it. The rocks do come with this. It does ship extremely heavy, and most of it is uh, you don't have to put too much effort into building the thing. Most of it is put together. All right, and then you do have you can get like, so there's different styles. If you don't want the tabletop with it, I personally like the tabletop, but if you don't want the tabletop, you don't have to get the tabletop. There are other styles. The tabletop allowed you to put like a tray of, food out, or have your glasses of wine, or in my case, I'm a whiskey guy, have a whiskey out there with a fire going. Puts the propane is hidden underneath, as you can see. So for, aesthetics, for it to be stylish, get it out of the way there. And again, the propane does not come with it. 50,000 BTU fire table with wood like tabletop. So the frame is iron, obviously. And yeah, it's definitely the way to go if you guys are in the fire pits. This is one that I recommend because of the tabletop. Again, not everybody likes the tabletop, but if you want to sit stuff there, I've actually played Uno with my, true story, played Uno with my daughters. Like, we sat around, so we had the fire going, and then we had one on each side and then one on the end there. So there was three of us playing, and we just had a good old time. And it was probably, I don't know, 35, maybe 45 degrees outside, and we had a good old time. So definitely a lot of uses for those who like the fire pit life. Speaking of fire pits without a tabletop, this is the Bali fire pit. So this one here, a little bit different. You do have your little edge there, so it's not a whole tabletop. I wouldn't set like trays of food because there's just not enough room. There was enough room for you to put like your glasses, your cups, such like that down, but outside of that, I wouldn't put anything else down there. So this one also 52 or 50,000 BTU. This is the square model, and excuse me, also propane gas. You can put that right underneath. I didn't like this one as much as the tabletop because of the lack of room. But if you have much smaller space, like this one here was in our Airbnb, so if you have a much smaller space, and it was also a rooftop, so this was very convenient and the way to go for that situation. But for your backyard, I would still prefer the tabletop over the square. But this one, definitely still nice. Sit around it, have conversation, enjoy with your friends and family all day long. You have your 30-inch, your 32-inch style types, or you can have the 32-inch glass type. So this one is the tile, but you can also have a glass option. All right, let me check here. No questions in YouTube or Amazon. All right, so this next one is the Cold Pod. Everyone should be owning a cold pod or having access to an ice bath, from what I've been told. I am still new to this. I've only been doing this for less than a year. But when I made this video, I was too chicken, so I got my son to make this video with me, and he is the guinea pig in this. So I do like how it came with like a bag. At first, it looked and reminded me of a massage table because the way the bag looked. So you had your white bag, which now I use for Aldi's for my groceries, and then you had an additional bag, and then you open that bag, and then you had the pod. So the pod was once you unfold it, and then you had your poles that you stick up to form it out, and it was super easy to put together, and that was pretty much it. Then you just fill it in with water. It has this little plug to plug it in to make sure the water doesn't come out. And then I had my tall behind son get in there, and he's 6'3". He was able to sit in and fit in there just fine. I'm 5'10", so I would have had no problem. There are a couple of different sizes here. There's our dog. So there is the 88-gallon or the 116-gallon. And this one is 116 gallons. So you see there, it was very easy to let out all the water and then collapse it and put it away. So super easy. Again, for health benefits, I'm not a doctor or anything, so I'm not going to tell you one way or another. But for me, it was great for what I was trying to do with my, my lower back and my journey. So. All right, let me see. Am I forgetting anything here? Nope. All right, we are going to go to the last product of the day, which is one of my favorites. This is the Cuisinart waffle maker. So this is a Belgian waffle maker. You can make two at a time. You put your batter in, close the lid, flip it, put your batter in, close the lid. You got your green light. That'll let you know when each side is done, also with a little bell. Why I like this? So I love waffles. I'm probably the only person that does not like pancakes, but I love waffles and French toast. And it's expensive out there. You go into, a place that has Belgian waffles, why not just get this and make your own at home? Because you're essentially making the same batter, right? Waffle maker is a waffle maker. This looks exactly the same as the ones that you're making in the hotels or the ones that they're making at the restaurants or whatever, and you're taking the same batter, why not? So it comes with a little measuring cup too, so you're never over pouring. Just follow the directions as you can see there. You pour in the batter, close it, boom, turn it over, pour in the batter, boom, and then you have your indication lights on each side to let you know when it's done. Also with a little ding, that'll let you know as well. So that's always good. All right, that is going to do it for me, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was just a quick live stream getting you guys ready for some things that are on deal and getting you ready for the summer. What better way to spend your summer eating waffles in an ice bath while your fire pit's going, getting ready to lay out in your favorite chair. Right? All right, guys, have a good one. I will see you Sunday. And remember, you heard it from Hollywood. Take care.